card we want is not always the card we get. And the stick insect does bring us stillness, awareness, discernment, and composure. Find your way to a seated position on your heels. So you can either sit hips on heels or virasana, hips between your heels. So if you have a cushion or a block, you can put between your heels to sit up. Make sure there's some space in between. So if you've got a short block or a blanket, the knees are actually touching together and the feet open outside of the hips. You can use your thumb down the center of your calf muscles to sit tall in this position. And we're simply right away asking a little more of our quadricep muscles here. If you lean back a little, even tuck your tail slightly, you might feel the belly of the muscle get a bit longer. Then rather than sitting back on the tail for the start, we're going to curl up the pelvis so that we're sitting nice and tall. Hands on the lap, eyes closed. If this gets uncomfortable or you need more cushioning, feel free to grab it as you deem necessary. Take a full breath in and a sighing breath out. And a full breath in and a sighing breath out. I want to build some heat this morning, so you have the option to just keep the hands as they are or interlace the hands in front of your heart, point your fingers to the sky, thumbs crossed. Maybe just take note which thumb crossed on top. The left side is our moon side, the right, the sun side. The right crossover will bring more energy, more lift. The moon will bring more calming, more ease. As you extend the arms, if that feels okay, we'll stay here, pull the shoulders down the back for Kapalabhati breath. You've all done this one with me before. Short, quick exhalations. And we'll do this one through the nose, so building that internal heat, internal fire. Take a half breath in and begin. Exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. We're doing about 108 in total. I'm keeping track, so keep going. Five, four, three, two, one. Exhale fully. Draw the breath in. Release the hands to hover down by your sides and back to your lap. Palms open to receive, palms down to ground. Eyes closed. We'll take a breath hold here. Full inhale. Chin down, belly in, pelvic floor squeeze. The great lock, holding that energy, container full. You feel called to exhale through the nose, lift the locks to release, chin lifts. Deep breath in. Sighing out. Second round, hands to heart. You cross the other side, perhaps switch the cross. If you're looking to build the energy, keep the right side. If you're looking to calm the energy, keep the left side. Reach up overhead. Elbows as straight as you can, shoulders down the back. Squeeze the pinky finger sides of the hands tight together. Eyes closed, half breath in. Begin. Five, four, three, two, exhale. Full breath in. Release the hands to hover down as you breathe out. Hands to your lap, eyes closed. You may feel the legs speaking. You may feel the arms, the shoulders flushing. Let the breath be full on the inhale. Sigh on the exhale. One breath hold, deep breath in. Chin down, belly in, pelvic floor lift. We have Jalandhara Bandha, throat lock, Mula Bandha, belly lock, Uddiyana Bandha, pelvic floor lift. Feel ready to release. Exhale. Hold the breath out. Maybe add your blocks. Release with an inhale. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Our stick insect is bringing us this stillness, a greater awareness and connection to self. Discernment, making the choice for oneself, and our composure as we move through the challenging times through the practice, but also in our day, remembering to breathe and come back to our awareness, a deeper connection of self. Bow your head to your hands, setting a further intention or dedication of your choice. Release the hands forward of the knees and just lift the hips up to release any tension in the knees, the ankles. Stretch one leg back at a time. Rinsing that lower body complete. Find your way into downward facing dog, setting the hands equal distance left to right. Feet equal distance, left to right, about hip distance. So if your hands were in fists between your feet, it'd be about 2 fist distance. Drop your head, bend the knees quite generously to start. And on your inhale, lift your heels. Send your tail up on the exhale, sink your heels back to the earth. And feel that rising of breath on the inhale. The lowering and lengthening of the legs as you exhale. So recognizing that the exhale is not always a shortening, it sometimes is a lengthening of another aspect of the physical body. Give your head a yes nod, a no shake. Take your right leg up to the sky. Just straight back, hips are squared. If you look down the front of your body, you should still see your right toes up and back behind you. Bring your knee into your nose, point your toes behind you to give space, and then step your right foot between your hands and lower your back knee. Sweep your arms up on your inhalation. Hands to heart center, pull your hips straight back as you exhale. Fingertips down on either side of that front leg. Just stretch through the hamstrings, spread through the toes. Pull the heart forward, plant the palms, and step back, three-legged dog. We do that movement 3 times. So the inhale, we reach up with the heel. As you exhale, knee to nose, exhale, point the toes. Place the foot between the hands, lower the knee, sweep up, breathe in. As your hands come through your heart, pull your hips back and your fingertips on either side of the front leg. Straighten it as much as you can this morning. Then pull your heart forward, plant your palms, and step back, three-legged dog. One more time. Hold the knee in. Place the foot, lower the knee down. Reach up, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Pull your hips back, hands to the mat, lean in, spread your toes. Pull your heart forward, plant your hands, and step back, downward dog. Do the same on the other side. Left leg to the sky, breathe in, flex the toes, look down the front of your body. Point the toes, knee to nose, pull in. Place the foot, lower the right knee, sweep up. Hands to heart, exhale, pull the hips straight back. Fold inward, now notice the difference left to right without rushing. Pull your heart forward, hands plant, lift the knee, step back, three-legged dog. Point the toes, pull the knee in, exhale. Step the foot, lower the knee, reach up, breathe in. Hands through heart, pull your hips back. Hands on either side, forward fold over that leg. Pull the shoulders back, chest up, lean forward, lunge. Plant the hands, step back, three-legged dog. One more time. Point the toes, knee to nose. Foot between the hands, lower the knee, sweep up. Hands to heart, pull the hips straight back. Hands to the earth, fold in. Pull the heart forward. Plant the palms, step back, down dog. Top of a push-up, breathe in. Lower the knees, breathe out, lower halfway down, maybe even just 2 inches down. Then go all the way to your belly. Point the toes, lift the heart to cobra. Forward and down, release. Tuck the toes, press up and back, downward dog. Right leg to the sky, breathe in. Step the right foot forward, high lunge, breathe out. Sweep up. Hands through heart. Hinge forward. So make that left leg as long through the crown of your head. So you're one nice long line. Open your wings, gaze at your right big toe, and then start to trace your eyes further so your heart extends. Bend your knee more and fly into airplane. Now we're going to bring the left knee up in front, sweep the arms overhead. Bring your hands to your heart and your left hand onto your knee. Open the right arm to the side, the left knee to the left, hand to knee position. Right arm extends out to the right side. If you want to challenge your balance, look to your right hand. We're not here too long. Come back through center, hands to heart. Spread the wings, reach back, come into your airplane. Bend your front knee and draw back gently to your left toes, sweep up. Hands through heart center, step back, downward dog. Top of a push-up, breathe in. Lower, breathe out. Up dog or cobra, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Find your lunge, sweep up. Hands to heart. Reach forward. And when we reach, we're pressing off the back toes, trying to elongate forward. And if we wobble and shake here, it's okay. Reach the arms out. Keep bending the front knee till the back toes lift up. Sweep the arms, bring the knee right up in front. Hands to heart. Open the knee, open the arm away from center. Come back through center. Hands to heart. Open your wings, airplane, stretch it back. Eyes to the floor, start to trail back to your toes as you bend your knee and land into your lunge, sweep up. Hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Top of a push-up, breathe in. Follow the rhythm of breath, exhale halfway or all the way. Shoulders back, chest up. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Sink those heels, lengthen the backs of the legs, push the heels out, drop the head. Stretch back on your inhale, bend your knees as you exhale, and step and hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Bow forward and out. Rest to rise all the way up. And hands to heart center. When you release the arms, push the heels down and out, bring the knees together, and scoop them forward into Utkatasana, little chair. When we bring the hands forward, palms can face each other, or roll the shoulders further from the ears, so turning the palms up. Take a peek in front of your knees and pull your shins back. Sit a little bit deeper. Try to avoid tucking your tail under or really dropping your belly forward. Find that place in the middle to pull your hips further back as you reach your arms further forward. You should start to feel these outer glutes wake up. Find the breath. Now as we rotate the arms, we're bending the elbows out to the sides like airplane wings. So we unhinge at the elbows. We stretch out. Crown of the head reaches forward. I'm going to shift your weight onto your left foot. Keep your knees touching and lift your right foot up. Keep the knees squeezing for more energy, more space. Right foot down. Shift onto the right foot. Squeeze the knee points. Lift the left foot. And the foot might only come a little off the floor, or I'm going to over-exaggerate with the foot way up. Sit back down, both feet, both knees. Scoop the arms forward and up. Full chair position. Then bow forward, let it go. Lift halfway. Step back to plank. Knees up or down, lower chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Take your right leg to the sky. This time bend your knee and open the knee to the sky. As you look under your left arm, if you see your right toes, give them a little wave, a little wiggle, circle the ankle. Think your knee point is pointing to the ceiling. Now we'll bring the knee all the way through to the nose, like we did at the start. Plant the right foot. Warrior one, back heel comes down. Sweep up. Hands to heart center. And arms by your sides, like you're standing in Tadasana. And consider in Tadasana, you're hugging inward. So even here, though your legs are apart, squeeze the knee points in towards each other, and like you want to wrap your inner thighs towards one another. We're standing open, ready. And from here, we'll take the left arm underneath the right for eagle arms. You can either hold your shoulders, elbows high, or backs of the hands towards each other, or catch the upper thumb. So left arm under, breathe. Pull your right heel towards your left heel, and your left big toe towards your right heel. So your inner thigh squeezing. Start to hinge forward, that same length we did before from the back of the heel. It's like we're extending through the top of our head. Eyes to fingertips or wrists, so your jaw pulls back. Now really gradually, you're gonna bend into that front knee, and we're gonna wrap your back foot, that inner thigh spiraling up and over to eagle legs. Pinky toe can wrap if that's okay on your knee. Otherwise, pinky toe touches the outer calf, outer shin. Notice if we tend to lean forward, get taller, and sit lower. The lower our center of gravity, the more balanced we feel. Keep breathing. Finding the fluctuations. We're going to open into airplane once again. So we open the arms, stand tall, and send that leg and the elbow straight back behind the hips. So pinky fingers in, thumbs up and out. Bend the front knee, land to lunge, sweep up, and hands to the mat, three-legged dog. Open the knee, to fire hydrant dog. So as you reach the foot towards the far wall, press through your right hand a little more. So you'll feel it want to lift, or the right ribs want to lift. Keep your ribs square. And then straighten the leg and lower it down. Top of a push-up, breathe in. Lower halfway or all the way, breathe out. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Bend the knee, open it up. Now we have a tendency when we lift the left knee to straighten the right. So bend your right quite a lot and lift your left knee a little higher. And gain a little more space. Look under your right arm, see if you can find your left toes, stretching from your left pinky finger to your left pinky toe. From here, we'll step the foot all the way through and find warrior one. Back heel comes down, arms come up. Hands to heart. And arms by your sides, like you're standing tall in Tadasana. Your ears, your shoulders, your hips stack, and you're scissoring the legs towards each other. Your back thigh is spiraling in. Your front is also spiraling in, as long as the knee is not falling in. You ever want to check your hips? You can use fingertips, even use your eyes. What's happening below? Square it off. If the stance is too long, shorten it up. Sweep the arms, right under left. Catch the shoulders back to the hands. Find the breath. The ebbing and flowing of breath, the rising and falling. To lengthen, strengthen, reach forward, eyes to wrists or fingertips, but pull the chin back. So we're not leading from the jaw, we're leading from the top of the head. And we'll gradually lean into that left foot and inner spiral the right thigh on top of the left. And when you inner spiral those legs, you're squeezing them in so your pinky toe can hold the outer edge or behind the calf. You might feel your right hip sneak forward, pull it back. Stay as tall as you can and sit lower in your hips. We'll take the arms to airplane. So the elbows bend out, we release the front leg and stretch it all back behind the hips. Full flight, you're starting to feel that outer glute, that outer hip work. Bend your front knee, land gently to lunge. Sweep up. Hands to the mat, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open it up. And you want to extend your left knee and your left toes away from your left fingers. Get as wide on that side as you can without losing or shortening too much on your right. Keep equal pressure in both hands. Straighten the left leg and lower it down. Top of a push-up, breathe in. Lower halfway or all the way, breathe out. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Bring your feet together at the back edge of your mat. Bend your knees wide to the sides and look forward. That's what we call a little frog hop. So these frog hops, your arms stay really straight, but remember to plug them into your shoulders. And you'll leave the earth, but land with those bend in the knees. So like little shots, you leave and land. So these frog hops, we're sending our hips up and then landing at the back of the mat. But we're going to take three, one at the back, one in the middle, and one at the top. So bend deep, land at the back, bend deep, straight legs, land in the middle. Bend deep, hips high, land at the top. Bend deep when you land at the top. All right, now we're at the top, knees are wide, feet are together, inner edges. Palms are flat on the floor. We lift the hips until the knees find the backs of our arms. Your hips are nice and high. Your eyes look forward, and you'll claw into your fingers with your hands, and then place the knees right on the triceps. Eyes look forward. You can stay right here. Option to lift one or both feet up towards the tail. Maybe you lift and lower, lift and lower. Couple breaths. Then land your feet, sit your hips low, lift onto fingertips, and one at a time, one hand to knee, other hand to knee, sit tall so that your ears, shoulders, and hips align, like you're leaning against a wall. That's a big stretch for the feet, so be mindful of your feet. Take breaks when you need to. Good, now bring your fingertips back to the floor. Lift your hips up to the sky, feet flat, and exactly where they are. You don't have to shift them at all. Your fingertips reach forward. Pull your hips way back and let your head hang free. Breathe for 3. Lengthening the sides of your waist. Maybe even walk your fingers further forward against the grip of your mat. Let the head hang free. One more breath. Now open your feet halfway and lift your heart forward. So your feet are about hip distance. Your fingers are still reaching out, so there's quite a gap between your toes and your fingertips. And the thumbs should be just off the pinky fingers to the outer edges. You'll lean forward and over to the right side. Lift your left leg up and open like that three-legged dog, but also bring your left hand to your rib cage. Now, if this is a far reach, use a block, a water bottle, a bit of lift in this half moon at any height that's serving you. Eyes to the earth. Left arm can reach straight up if that's serving, if that's working in your body today. Breathe for 3, 2, Left hand comes down, the hip will follow. Square the hip. Lower the left foot down. Shift your hips straight back. Pull on those fingertips. Eyes forward. Lift the heart between your thumbs. Then float your right leg up. Gives it the relief it's seeking. Turn your hip open. If you look down the front of your body right now, you should see the right leg behind you and your toes to the side wall. If the foot's behind the left leg, take it out in front. Maybe take the right arm and to rib cage to help roll it open. Maybe left hand is on a block or a lift, a block or a hook of some sort. Right arm to the sky. Now if you're really seeking challenge today and you haven't had enough yet, you can look up with your eyes, otherwise keep the gaze down and steady. The stillness, the awareness, maintaining our composure through breath. Releasing the hand down as the hand comes down, the ribs, the hip, and the foot all come back to the earth. Pull the hips back, bow forward, reach the fingertips further out in front. Then lift halfway, hands to hips, and come all the way up to standing. Top of the mat, Tadasana. So if you're a little behind the top of the mat, step forward, sweep up, breathe in, bow forward, breathe out. Halfway lift, and step back, downward dog. Both feet straight back. High plank inhale, lower halfway or all the way exhale. Up dog or cobra, follow the breath. And release back, child's pose or downward dog. Your choice. We put a lot of energy in. Let the breath continue to bring you back to center, back to stable. And wherever you've landed, we're going to bring the knees to the floor, walk the knees forward, and come to a seated position with the legs around in front. Now make sure you have room behind you, equal distance front to back, and lengthen the front of your body by lifting your ribs up towards your knees, and hook the knees with your fingers, and just tip back, squeezing the knees together. Now we'll cross our right leg over our left and squeeze in. So it's like you're shortening the distance between the knees and the chest. As you squeeze in, place your left heel down and your palms on the floor. All we're doing here is pushing into the earth and lifting our tail off the floor. Now your foot's there to help, so use it. Then hover the feet, switch the cross, left over right. Pull the heels in, right heel comes down, knees are in, hands press, lift. Release, switch, left heel down, palms down, lift, release, switch, press, press. Let's do one more, each side, right over left, left heel down, lift the hips, release, switch the cross, heel down, press, and release. So with the feet up in front, you can catch the backs of the thighs, fingers interlaced to help keep a nice lift, and focus on lifting the legs. So you're not so worried. The arms are supporting, the core is supporting our legs, the toes are spread, ankles about knee height or higher if that's accessible. Keep the breath, fluid and full. Three more. As you bring the feet flat to the floor, you feel the weight tip into the feet. Release the arms. Take a deep breath in and lean back. So we're not curling just yet. We're just leaning back to where we feel our core, maybe those upper abdominals really engage. Squeeze the knees, push the heels out, down into the mat, and take another breath. And now curl the tail under, but keep your heart as high as you can. Start at the base. Curl, curl. Maybe hold the backs of the thighs if it's getting tricky. Give yourself the support you need as you train these muscles to fire. When you reach the bottom, head heavy, arms reach back, thumbs tap the floor, breathe in. And come all the way up as you breathe out. Catch the backs of the thighs if we need to. Full breath in. And slow recline. We'll pause somewhere here. Take another breath. And lower slowly, second exhale all the way down, elongating the spine, head heavy, thumbs tap back, deep breath. Come on up. One more, full inhale. Leaning back, exhale. Inhale. Lowering the tail. Vertebra by vertebra as we come all the way back. Reach the thumbs back, press thumbs down, inhale, and come up. Good. At the very top, we're going to cross the ankles and let the knees fall wide. So this in itself is just a really good work for the legs, but also for the core. The fingertips can either be by your sides or they can just be lifted. Eventually they're going to come ahead of your shins. But for now, we're just pulling the knees in, switching, and releasing. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's just sort of playing with your brain and your body. So we tip back, switch, and open up. We're bringing knees in, switch, open up. So knees in, switch, and open up. Again, hands can be here for support. Switch, open up. Tip back, knees in. So it's like that squeeze we come back to. Switch the cross, and back down. We're going to start putting some pieces together here as we start to open up our hips. Sit back, cross, back up. Now for the last couple here, think about as you cross, bringing the hands forward. It might just be fingertips to start. Hands come through and the knees open up. Knees together, switch, knees open, hands come down. Hands in, knees in, switch, release. Knees in, hands in, switch, release. Again, any repetition our body does, it likes to go over it several times to learn it. You might find your mind jumping ahead. Try to just go slow. Exhale. Pull back on the inhale. Switch on the exhale, lean forward. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale. All right. We're going to take this back onto our hands and knees. So you can either roll over the ankles or sweep the legs around one side. When we come to hands and knees, tuck the toes under, shift the weight back into your hips, and then slide your hips side to side for a moment of relief on the hip flexor. We'll take the hips to the sky, downward dog. And we're going to float through, set up for half pigeon. We're not going to stay, we're just going to float there. So right leg to the sky, right knee to right wrist, coming down. So the hip, the knee might tap, and then we lift the hips back up, step back. Left leg to the sky, breathe in. Left knee to left wrist, across, tap, chest up. Think about an opening cow spine as you come forward, and then cat spine as you step back. Right leg to the sky, right knee to right wrist. I know it always feels like a bit of a tease as you go just into half pigeon and back out again. Other side, left knee to left wrist. Don't worry, we'll get to stay here eventually. But the repetition is really great to open up these muscle memory. The knee starts to come further forward. The spine starts to open up. Working our core as we pull the knee in and then release down. Pull the ribs up, knee up. Other side, right knee to right wrist. Right foot as high as you can get it to go. Other side, left knee to left wrist. Right knee down. Let's open this up a little more now so the right knee to right wrist will stay. But we'll stay tall. When we stay tall, the fingertips come by the sides. We might lean a little forward like we did in the airplane with fingertips back. Or we're working the heart higher like Tadasana, ears, shoulders, hips. Let's breathe for 3. For 2. Plant the hands ahead. Tuck the toes. Think about pulling the front shin and knee and foot up towards your chest and then step it back. Other side, left knee to left wrist. Back knee comes down. Maybe start leaning forward, walk the hands back, and then keep lifting the heart, the ears back over the shoulders. Breathe here for 3. For 2. Then walk the hands forward. Think of pulling the ribs up, knee, shin, foot up, step back. Now this time, right knee to right wrist without putting the knee down. So this might be new for some of you. We're going to put the foot down. So as the foot comes across, the outer right foot is to the outer left edge of the mat. Then we're going to pull our left foot up behind and have a seat. The first one's always the most awkward. That's okay. We're going to go through it together. So our transition now, just like before, we're going to lean back, squeeze the knees in. We'll switch the cross of the legs, open it up, hands can come down. Now the key with this is we're activating our feet. So don't let your feet get lazy here. Keep the toes pulling back, keep your knees squeezing in, and you're leaning forward. Now the first one might take a bit of a push, hands, and then step right foot back, step left foot back. And then we'll go to the other side. Left knee across towards the left tricep, left foot to the outer right edge of the mat. Stick with me here. And then bring your right foot behind and have a seat. Like you're zipping the legs together to cross. Once there, you can lean back or have the hands at the heart, knees in. Switch the cross. Press down through your feet. So it's like you're making yourself into a little ball. But again, if your hands don't reach through easily, use the hands beside you to lift up, then step the hands, step the feet. It'll all start to come together. Other side, right leg back, right foot across the left edge, left foot to right edge, have a seat, sit back, knees, hands together, switch the cross, push down through the feet, hands come forward, lift up, step right, step left. Left foot across to the right edge. Right foot comes under, sit to cross. Hands to heart, knees in. Leaning forward, push down. Oh, we didn't switch the feet. Switch the feet, hands come down, step left foot back, step right foot back. If you did it right, good on you. I missed a step. Let's try one more time. Right foot to right, left edge of the mat. Left foot to right edge, have a seat. Sit back, switch the cross. Hands come down, lift the hips, right foot, left foot. No, it's a lot of lefts and rights. So left foot to right edge across, right foot to left, sit, lean back, switch, lean forward, lift up, step back. All right, let's wash that through with a high plank, low, cobra or up dog, and back to downward facing dog. You can step through or kneel down, come to a seated position with your legs around in front. Bring the knees back together. Straighten your left leg and take your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Single leg here, like figure four. Now in this figure four, we're going to take the right hand to the bottom of the right foot in flexion. An open twist to the left. Should feel good in your low middle back. Looking over the left shoulder. Deep breath here. Tall on the inhale, axial extension as you exhale. Navel to spine, rib cage pulls in. We'll come back around to center. Hold the bottom of the foot with your left hand. Take your right hand behind you just to tip up your bottom foot. As you tip it up, you can hold it or bring that left hand around behind. And stay here if this is plenty. Otherwise, walk your left foot to the right edge of your mat. We've done quite a bit of a cross here, so there should be some space. And as the knee comes down, the left foot comes in. So we are ankle on top of thighs, a little ankle on ankle, and as the shins come down, we start to create some space. Now from here, we're going to add a little counter rotation or full twist. So whether the knee is up high like mine or down low because you're open in your hips, you're finding the space to hold that knee without pulling it towards you. So we're keeping it open to protect knee tension, keep the foot flexed. Gentle push and a subtle rotation. What you might find as you rotate in this twist is your left shin comes closer to the floor more easily. Now you can keep the hand, or you can bring the back of the forearm, the elbow, to the outside of that knee. Just watch you don't push the knee out of the way. There's equal pressure of knee to arm and arm to knee. Tall on the inhale, rotating exhale. Tall on the inhale, rotating exhale. One more. We're keeping the legs, simply untwisting the body. Left hand by your side. We'll reach forward and across to the bottom of your right foot. So you might start with palm there. Your left hand's here for balance, so we don't want to tip off of our sits bones, but that left hand's helping to push that hip back. But if you have the reach here, you're going to reach your heart across towards the bottom of that foot and perhaps place your elbow into the bottom of that foot. Now that might seem far for now, so use the forearm. Walk the hands further away and then maybe work the elbow underneath. Now again, if it seems far, just stay with the accessibility of left palm flat, working the right side. So we're getting the side body stretch open. Our side body is so deeply rooted to our hips and our shoulders, and it doesn't get enough attention. Stay with your breath. Stay in the awareness, the connection that you feel, that you're shifting, that you're opening the outer rib cage. One more big breath here. As you walk back up through center, lean back, stretch your legs both out in front, little tap out, both feet flat to start. We take the other side by straightening the right leg, left ankle on top, open it up. We start with an open twist, so left hand to the bottom of your left foot and rotating to the right. It should also feel good to relieve and release the other side. Now if your right toes are falling open, keep your right toes to 12 o'clock. Tall inhale, rotating exhale. As you come to unwind, catch the bottom of your left foot with your right hand. Left hand behind just to pull your bottom knee up. Again, you can stay right here and work the hip open. Option to walk your right foot to the left edge and bring the shins down. If you've got a block or a pillow, put it under the bottom knee for support, stability. You might even be sitting up on a pillow or a block. We'll start tall here and we take the rotation. So right hand to the outside of the knee. And it's a slow movement, so you're turning towards your left side. You might keep the hand or take the back of the forearm or maybe work the elbow in that direction. The more open you are, the hand will be plenty. And the tighter we are, the upper arm to keep the length is key. Inhale tall, exhale twist. Think navel to spine on your exhalation. Think lifting the rib cage up on your inhalation. As you unwind, we come back to neutral. Right hand out by your side, left palm to the bottom of the left foot, and that open rotation again. Now the right hand is to keep the left sitting bone anchored. If you lean into that hand, we're going to lift the sitting bone up. Option here to just rotate your rib cage and slide your wrist, your forearm into the bottom, the sole of your foot. You might stay right here. Little bit of pressure of hand to foot to hand. If you can start to reach the elbow to the bottom of the foot, you might find some space there. You might come down onto both forearms eventually. If you're a little tighter, that's fine. Stay a little taller. Feel what you feel in the side body stretch. We're not going to pain here, but we do feel the sensation of fascia that's knit over time. It takes time to open it up, but it takes a lot of breath. Stay in the awareness of your breath, your middle back, your outer hip. Two more breaths. Gradually unwind, back to center, lean back, and slide the legs around in front. Give them a little tap out here. And we're gonna roll all the way out for a reclined twist. We've done a lot of rotation at the end here. We just wanna add on to that arms wide cactus or long arms. Right leg on top of left, cross thigh on thigh. Left foot walks to the right edge. Hips shift to the right and knees fall to the left. There's a weight of gravity supporting here, but there's a bit of work involved with bringing that right shoulder back down to the floor. So tuck your ribs under, breathe into your back ribs. Create some space to soften into the earth. Let the outer shell begin to soften with every breath. Relax your teeth and your jaw. Keep your right arm wide to the side and bring your knees back through center. Switch to legs, arms open, left over right. Walk your right foot to the left edge of your mat. Let the hips follow that direction, and then let gravity take your knees towards the earth. Notice if your left ribs start to really pull away from the ground. And you tuck the shoulders back onto the mat. It might mean the knees hover slightly off the floor. Your right hand on your thigh or on your rib cage, reminding the back body to soften. Remember that softening doesn't mean full releasing. Softening is a creating of space between 2 points to be stronger. So if we soften our joint, like our knee, that our quad and our calf have to work to support the stability. Your vertebra, in the same fashion, we soften the joint and let the spine find that stability above and below the support. Keep your left arm wide to the side as you swing your knees back to center, hips to center. Unwrap the legs, squeeze them in. Take a happy baby here, catching your big toes, pinky finger, or pinky toes with your hands, or the ankles. Draw the tail down towards the earth. Take 3 or 4 breath cycles here, head heavy, shoulders back. Chest broad. And when you're ready, release to final rest. There are times to move with great acceleration and power. There are times to return to natural rhythms and move at a more gentle pace. The message of stick insect takes this spectrum one step further, calling us to return to that ancient place deep within that knows the power of pure stillness. Become observant. Open your eyes to see and take in the world with all of your senses. There is potency in silence and stillness. There is power in allowing yourself to become invisible for a time, to carry on with your own business, building up the rhythm of your work in the world without the need to be seen or noticed. Discernment is key at this time. Don't broadcast yourself or be lured by others' agendas. Keep your plans close to your heart and keep your energy sweetly focused on the simple task of nurturing the seeds you've planted and tending your garden of life. Be patient and be grateful. The harvest time is coming. But for the moment, what is brewing deep within you is simply a contract between you and your Creator. Honor it with an inner smile as an invitation to savor the sacred stillness of your being. Instead of chasing the thoughts and opinions of others, spend more time in prayer and meditation, seeking the direction of your greater source within. And from this center place, bring your expanded awareness gently back into your world. As your mind and movement slow down, your ability to see and perceive opportunity expands. You will know what action is needed, and you will move with calmness and clarity. You will smile softly, and those around you may not even notice as you step from quiet stillness to full fruition and the joyful harvest of your dreams. Repeating this mantra in your mind or aloud where you are. In the stillness, I am power. Nothing to hide and nothing to prove. In the stillness, I express. In the stillness, I am present to the pulse of my Creator, rising up within me. We're just a couple minutes past 11, so if you have somewhere to be and need to sign off, thank you. If you're willing to stay a touch longer, by all means, do so. Perhaps simply reinvigorating your breath, your fingers, your toes, rolling to one side and rising your way back up to a tall seat. Where your hands greet at your heart center, honor the ebb and flow within you. We watch our minds, our emotions, our physical body rise and fall like the tides, sometimes with great shifts, and other times more subtle, but continuous in our ever-growing, shifting environment. Bow your head to your heart, staying fluid to the cycles that come and go. I vow to your light. Namaste.